Namaste. Namaste. And welcome to this practice. We're going to work with integration this practice. And Tantra is a philosophy of integrated consciousness, the practice of which combines asana, pranayama, mudra, and mantra for expanding our consciousness. And Tantra empowers you to weave together the different aspects of yourself, the embodied and the spiritual, helping you to connect to your source, and then pulsing the opposites of steadiness and ease. We can integrate the body, mind, and spirit to enjoy this pleasure of embodied existence and also spiritual liberation. And both of these, you don't have to exclude one for the other. So now we're going to call together all the aspects of our being, fulfilling your desire for a vibrant body and a joyful spirit. We'll make the chin mudra, touching the tip of the thumb to the tip of the index finger, and keeping the remaining fingers extended, and then turn the palms face up so the backs of the hands are on the thighs. Chin mudra is the gesture of consciousness. The joining of the index finger with the thumb represents the connection of individual consciousness with the expanded universal consciousness, where the limited perspective of the little self, the ego, greets the expanded perspective of the universal self and creates this spacious feeling in the body and mind. This powerful energy circuit helps to lift any dull energy and calm the mind, and brighten the overall mood. A mantra, which consists of seed mantras, bija mantras, is Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim. Om, of course, is our connection to spirit. Aim means wisdom, creativity, and intuition. Hrim means leadership and achievements. Shrim means love, devotion, beauty, and spiritual abundance. So these four bija mantras join together to form Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim. Let's try it together once. Inhale. Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim. Okay. Now, to embody this integration, let's stand for Tadasana pose, mountain pose. All right, so first step is just to integrate the breath and the body by letting your abdomen relax on the inhalation, filling the lungs gradually to their full capacity. And when you reach that, just relax and exhale from top to bottom. Uniting the mind and the body through the breath. Weaving these together. As you inhale, you can lengthen the legs, grow tall through the spine, And as you exhale, begin to concentrate muscular energy into the core, into the center of the pelvis, and the pelvic floor, and the lower abdomen. Expand everywhere on the inhalation in the chest and shoulders, the spine and neck. And then contract towards that midline on the exhale, drawing in, concentrating and focusing strength into the core. Expand your consciousness to integrate all the parts of yourself, from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. And then bend the knees, slide the hands down, come into squat. You can lift the heels. And on the exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the heels, squat down with the hips. And with the exhale, straighten the legs, lift through the navel. Continue these deep breaths, squatting on the inhale, folding forward on the exhale. And inhale, stand, lift the arms, and step up to the front of the mat. Let's see where I'll step this way. Where we will have warrior one with the left foot forward, the right foot back. And bending the left knee slightly so we can stay stable, strong, and rooted down through the legs. Then lift the arms up. Take a nice breath in, lifting through the fingers. And as you exhale, draw the shoulder blades down, the navel in, to begin to strengthen more into the core. Pulse with each breath. You can get more expansive on the inhale and more concentrated strengthening on the exhale. Lift up through the ribs, press down through the legs, so you maintain that spaciousness in the lower back. And even in the back of the neck, that you don't throw your head back too far. So now lower the arms and clasp the hands for yoga mudra. Draw the shoulder blades in and down. And then we're going to fold forward, humble warrior, hinge at the hips. If you can, lift the knuckles up and over the back, or not, depending on those shoulders. And now release the hands down to the front leg and start to straighten the front knee into pyramid pose. Soften the knees on the inhale. And then straighten the legs on the exhale, pressing down through the feet and lifting up through the navel. Try and keep the hips level, so the right hip is turning forward, the left hip crease draws back, and you maintain that comfortable pulsation of the breath. It helps keep all the parts of you connected. Connect to the source, connect to the breath, connect to the body. And inhale, step the right foot forward, and exhale, fold over straight legs. Step the left foot back, bend the right knee, and stand for warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Feel through the soles of your feet a deep connection into the earth. And with the strength of your legs, extend down into the earth with those roots so you can grow and lengthen the spine, deepen the breath, and still maintain this integrated awareness of all the parts, all these moving parts. It seems like a very simple pose, but when you combine all these different aspects, it really takes a lot of focus, a lot of concentration. Now rest the arms, clasp them behind, or if that's not an option, you can always hold the hips and pull the elbows behind. Drawing the shoulder blades down and in helps to stretch open the chest. Have a nice baby back bend here. And then start to fold forward, lifting the knuckles up over the back, or just keeping the hands down where your shoulders stay relaxed. All right, so humble warrior, the knee is bent. And then pyramid pose, release the hands down to the front leg, down to the floor or set of blocks, and begin to pulse with your breath. Weaving the breath into the pose. Next, inhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. And exhale, fold over the legs. All right. Inhale, stand, lift up the arms. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Anjali mudra. Connecting to the source. Pressing the palms together, the shoulder blades in, the navel to the spine. Now, as we flow through some vinyasa, we're going to try and maintain this connection to the breath, to the source. Inhale, reach up, arch back. And exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, step the right foot back, and lower right knee down. And then, when you're ready, lift up the arms. Inhale, up to the fingertips. And exhale, bring the hands back down, and step the left foot back to downward dog. Take 3 breaths. Relaxing the knees on the inhale, and then lengthening the arms and legs as you exhale. Stretch through the spine like a dog waking up from a nap, getting that nice, delicious stretch. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward to plank. And then exhale, lower the knees, the hips and chest, and roll forward from Cobra pose, and rise when you're ready to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Good, and release, chest down. Inhale, push up to table pose. Curl the toes under and press back to downward dog. Relax on the inhale in the shoulders and knees. And then strengthen and lengthen on the exhale. And the next inhale, step the right foot forward and lower left knee down. Press down through the legs and then lift with the arms. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, lower the hands down. Now step left foot forward, inhaling, And exhaling, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise, stand in Tadasana, lift the arms, and exhale, rest them down. All right. Now we're turning towards the side. Taking a nice wide stance. And let me first fold forward. You can hold hands in yoga mudra again here, or just start sliding the hands down the legs and folding in this wide leg forward bend. And in this, we want to lift up through the kneecaps, hug the inner thighs, inner shins magnetically into the center towards each other. Soften the knees as you need on the inhale, and then straighten the legs on the exhale, lifting up through the knees. Okay, so a lot going on. A lot of muscular energy in the inner thighs and shins. All right, now lift the back up and turn the toes out for goddess pose, and we bend the knees. Squat down with the hips and tuck the tailbone under so you're not leaning forward, but the shoulders stay back over the hips. And then we'll take chin mudra, touching the tip of the thumb to the tip of the index finger, and letting your breath weave in and out, expanding with the inhale and deepening on the exhale. One more breath, taking it down, and then straighten the legs, rest the arms. Good. Turn the feet parallel once more, and we'll do our Kali sword breath. So it's a 3-part inhalation and 1 long exhalation with a whoosh. You can say ha as you exhale. The inhale will lift the arms. Inhale more. Inhale all the way, lift up, and then exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Once more. You did it. We'll come out of that wide stance and practice Warrior 3. All right. So lift the arms. They can spread out to the side, or if you feel strong in the back, keep the arms over the shoulders. And start balancing on the left leg, toe touch back with the right foot. You don't lock the knee out in the standing leg. Keep some springiness there so you can keep adjusting balance. And then float the back toes up an inch. Breathe, smile. Keep lifting the back leg. Eventually bringing it parallel to the mat. Okay, lower the back foot down. Bend the front knee. Am I still on that? Okay. And twist to the left. You can bring that right hand down to the mat as you twist, or cross this right elbow over the left knee. Twist in this direction. Okay. All right. So a revolved side angle here, Parivrtta Parshvakonasana. All right. Now release the hands down, step right foot forward, and exhale, fold. All right. Inhale, stand. Take full stretch up, and then rest the arms. Step the left foot back. Balance on the right leg as you extend the arms wide or over the head. And then slowly float the back toes an inch. Remember to breathe. Continue lifting the back leg. And slowly lower the back toes down, bend the front knee. We're in high lunge. And then into the twist. So you can windmill the left hand down, the right arm up as you twist, or there's other variations here. Okay, and release that down. And step left foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale all the way back down. Walk feet back to downward dog. All right. I'm going to skip around a little bit and turn the heels to the right. Balance on the right arm. And if necessary, modify and bring the right knee down to the mat. Okay, and so the main instruction here is to integrate this shoulder blade into the back. So there's an opening in the front of the shoulder, a strengthening in the back, and there's that variation with the legs straight. Or some people will be trying to lift that top leg. Some people will be trying to bind that left foot and take that up. And then there are some of us that are ready to rest and come back down to hands and knees and just go all the way into child's pose. And even in simple child's pose, we weave the breath into the pose, giving the back space to expand on the inhale, and emptying out from the navel as you exhale, squeezing out every drop of air. Okay, refreshed, come back up to hands and knees, curl the toes under, and push the hips back to downward dog. Okay, so remember the main emphasis is on integrating that shoulder blade into the back. So as you turn the heels to the left, okay, you're gonna sort of outer spiral that left upper arm. Draw the left shoulder blade into the back. Very good. Good, that's it. You're getting that. All beautiful. And then when you have all that integration, then you start to play with variations and lifting the top leg or binding there. It's all fun and games. All right, and take a rest when you're done. Bring the knees down. All right, we did our side plank. Yay! And from table pose, let's just circle the hips around. So taking 1 revolution per breath. Nice, relaxing breath. That calms the mind and body. And reverse the circles if you have not. Okay, and from there we just sit back to the heels in hero pose. Okay, allowing These quads to stretch. Strengthen the tops of the feet to click the toenails down against the mat, keeping all those little muscles in the ankles and feet, active and strong. Keeping the inner body light and rising up out of the hips. And the shoulders relaxed. And the neck long by bringing the point of the chin back a little bit. And so the sides of the neck stay back. We don't get into that forward chin position. So there can be a loop of energy from the back of the skull up and over the forehead. If you need a deeper stretch in those quads, you start to walk the hands behind. Lift the chest up, or ease yourself back to the elbows into a reclining hero, Supta Virasana. Maintain that muscular energy in the feet and toes, hugging the inner thighs, the knees to the midline. And whenever you're finished that stretch, come up and lift the hips back here to table pose. And we'll go on with more back bending. Now that we stretch these quads out, it'll be easier to lift up the hands and bend back into camel pose. Okay, so here's another lesson in integration. We draw the elbows behind, tuck the shoulder blades into the back, keep that integration. Drawing the shoulder blades down and in, squeeze the buttocks, and it makes the back bend so much more enjoyable. Try, experiment with reaching down to the heels. And hopefully still breathing. Okay, come up when you're finished. Lift up through the arms to lift up out of the lower back. You can go a little side to side, see if that feels right. And we'll go on to our lunge now. So with the right foot, step forward to low lunge. Walk the left knee back. Then press down through the legs. Inhale, lift up with the arms. Okay, so we've been here with our vinyasa. Tuck the shoulder blades down, hug them into the heart, and scoop up the chest, open the throat. Feel the back bending quality. And then lower the hands. Good. Bring the right arm inside and the right foot a little wider to the outer edge of the mat. We're going to bend the elbows and gradually stretch in the hips, the inner thighs, pulsing up on the inhale and then down a little deeper on the next exhale. So it's incremental. It's gradual. It's progressive. Now with straight arms, let's take the right hand up to the right knee and open the right arm then to the sky. Tilt the head back and really integrate, pull this right shoulder blade down as you integrate the arm into the shoulder blade onto the back of the ribs. And if you'd like to bind, take the right hand straight back, then bend the left knee to bind right hand to left foot. Okay. And you get a thigh stretch if you pull the heel in towards the buttocks. Okay, Okay, now release that. Did great. That's a real twister game there. You can switch the sides with the right foot back and the left foot forward. Let's start with our asana, monkey pose. Pressing down through the legs. Gradually lift the hands, the back, and the eyes. The more you press down through that back leg and knee, the more security and confidence you'll have to take it into the back bend. And as you do that back bend, remember those shoulder blades are going to really tuck into the back. Arm bones draw down, fully integrating. And then slowly release. Bring the hands down. Left arm inside the left leg. Widen the left foot to the side. And as you deepen the breath, you can slowly stretch in the hips progressively, incrementally. Now, beginning the twist, keep the right hand down, lift the left hand up, and start to twist towards that left knee. Okay. An option here is to bind the left hand to the right foot, bending the right knee so that you can reach it with the left hand. And additionally, stretching the right thigh as you pull the heel towards you. All right, good job. Release the twist, hands down, and let's step back to downward dog here. Pulsing with ease on the inhalation and with strength and stability on the exhale. Now, three-legged dog. We'll lift the right leg. And then bend the right knee, swing it forward for pigeon, right knee behind right wrist, allowing this front shin, the right shin, to turn out at a diagonal. Okay, that's it. Walk the left knee back. Begin to lower the hips and pelvis without letting them fall off to either side. So maintain that muscular energy through the inner legs and pelvic floor and abdomen so you stay balanced and stable. And gradually, breath by breath, begin to walk the hands forward. And if it's available, lower the elbows. And in time, maybe you will lower the forehead. Breathe into the back of the body. Be aware of how the back of the ribs expand and contract with each breath. Sense how the hips can maintain their alignment, being level as you and so pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. And please lift the head and shoulders. We'll step the right foot back. And walk the knees a few times. And restore some circulation in the knees. And as you're ready, balance on the right leg and lift the left leg in three-legged dog. Okay. Press down through the inner edges of the hands and hug the arms to the midline so the shoulder blades stay squeezing in towards the spine. And bend the left knee, swing it forward for pigeon, turning the left knee out, and then sliding the right knee back. Inhale, check that you have some stability, balance, the hips are level. And on the exhale, then start to fold forward. Inhale, and if you need, come up part way and reassess. Is this how I want to approach this? And take as much time as you need to complete, one breath at a time. Weaving that experience into the pose. Staying aware of the back side of the body as much as what's in front of you. You feel the breath going into the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders, the ribs and kidneys. And start to release, lifting up. And stretching out the legs one more time. Walk the knees. And now we'll sit down into boat pose. So here we are. I'll turn this way for now. And in this Navasana, we're balancing on the sitting bones. Lift the chest, draw the shoulders back, and then start to lift the legs. So the knees can stay bent. The hands can keep supporting. You stay focused and try and release the hands. Try and straighten the knees. Try and lift the heart. Try and smile. And that's enough. Lower the feet down and rest to wide leg forward bend. So I like to intersperse those intense poses with more calming ones so we catch our breath. So legs are wide, sitting bones are wide. And the inner thighs spiral down to keep contact along the inner edges of the legs, preventing the, legs from outer spiraling and us kind of falling back too much. So we keep the inner spiral in the thighs, so we stay on the front edge of the sitting bones, and it maintains the natural curve in the lumbar, lower back. Follow your breath. And weave it into the stretch. Lengthening on the inhale, the spine, the legs, and then folding deeper on the exhale, tightening the tummy and hugging the muscles to the bone. So we're activating the muscles that we're stretching. Big breath in. And long, calm breath out. Take one more full breath. Release. When you're ready, lift the back. Okay, where are we? Well, I think we have a revolved head to knee. Taking that right foot over to the left leg. Okay. And sliding the left hand towards that left foot, either holding the big toe or putting the arm inside the knee is an option, so that you can stretch the right arm up and forward over the right ear. Okay, keep the ribs bowing off to the right so the right sitting bone stays grounded. The eyes may be looking up to that right arm. There are other options, variations, where you're holding the left foot. But when you find that you can no longer breathe, that's when you need to back off a little bit and reintegrate the breath into the pose. All right, lift the back, switch the legs, second side. Parita Janu Shirshasana. So it's an involved head to knee pose where the left knee is bent, the right leg outstretched. Either bringing the right hand to the right leg or foot, or the right arm inside the right leg. Start to lengthen through the left arm, the left ribs. Keep strengthening the leg muscles that you're stretching. Hug the muscles to the bone. Stack the shoulders by tucking that right shoulder under, drawing the left armpit back. Okay, beautiful release. You went deep there. That was good. Unbend the legs, but then cross the ankles. In Sukhasana. You can have something to sit on if you like that. We'll do a little alternate nostril breathing to integrate different channels of prana, the Ida and Pingala channels in the right and left nostrils. Okay, so alternate nostril breathing. We start with Vishnu Mudra, thumb and last two fingers extended on either hand, and keeping the shoulders back, the neck straight. We're going to breathe in and out, one nostril at a time. Start filling the lungs. When you fill them to capacity, close the left and slowly exhale right. Count to 3. Then inhale right, counting to 3. At the top of the inhale, switch, exhale left, counting to 3. And then inhale left, and switch at the top of the inhale, counting to yourself, the same count for the exhale and the inhale. Mind and breath weaving together. And rest the hands and sense the flow of air in each nostril. This practice helps to balance the airflow from one side to the other. Maybe you feel that balance now. And I'd like for us to try one arm balance pose. This is Ashtavriksasana, or 8-angle pose. And I'm going to start with a little warm up here by cradling. Start with the right side and cradle the right leg. So the right knee bends behind, out to the side. And maybe circle it around a little bit and move it in the hip socket. And then we're trying to bring this right shin up closer to the chest. Here, you can have more balance maybe with that other leg extended. You don't have to complicate it any more than it needs to be here. We keep the ankle from sickling out to the side and spraining the ankle. So strengthen this outer shin muscle, the peroneal muscle, where you can keep the ankle flexed and straight at the same time. And now I'm going to try working like a forklift, bringing the shin in a little higher towards the chest. Or maybe I'm going to try and cradle here in the crook of the elbow. That would be the deepest stretch for me. Okay, so I've had a nice hip stretch here. All right, let's switch to the second side. Lift the left knee, bend it back, and just kind of move it around, loosen that hip. And a little back and forth motion, start to bring that left shin up towards the chest, either hooking the elbows around the outside of the ankle to prevent that ankle from bending to the side, or just noticing where there's resistance. Modify wherever you need to, support wherever your body's asking for help. Okay, and when that side's opened up, we'll go back to the first side, and here's where it gets fun and interesting, where we just throw this right arm inside the right knee and bring the right knee up towards the upper right arm. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to keep it from sliding off. I have a good grip here and start to lean forward. That creates a nice level shelf here or the back of the right upper arm. Okay, so you've got that support, hugging that right knee in towards the shoulder so that when you let go, it doesn't slide off the elbow. All right, Ashtavakasana. We're going to have to cross here the left ankle over the right toes. Okay, when we get to that point, you start sliding the legs off to the side, leaning forward and balancing with bent elbows. Okay. Just levitate those hips right up. And we'll try once on the second side. Getting all these, oops, running out of juice. Okay. Quickly, 8 angle pose, or Ashtavakasana. I'm going to tuck the knee way up high on the upper arm. Place that left hand down, lean forward. Slide the right heel back until you can hook the right heel over the left toes. Good. Lean forward, lift the legs, hover. Smile, and there it is. Some arm balance, which is totally reliant on integration, that all the parts are working together. Time to rest, right? Recline for resting on the back. Lift up the knees. And walk the heels into the sitting bones. Okay, take a stretch through the arms, and then bring the elbows down by your side to press the elbows and feet down and lift the sides of the hips up. Now the hands can help boost up the buttocks. You can walk the heels closer if you want to go higher. And if the hands clasp under the back, you can tuck the shoulder blades together more and lift in the heart. Okay, and then lower the buttocks down and relax and rest. So the ultimate integration pose for me is wheel pose, because there is another back bend where the shoulder blades have to really connect into the back of the ribs. So try wheel pose. I'll walk you through it, or repeat bridge pose if that's what you prefer. In wheel pose, start by lifting the hips and placing the hands above the shoulders, pointing the fingertips down towards the shoulder blades. And walk the heels in real close, come up to the top of the head, and pause there. You want to make sure the feet and hands are parallel. Now is when you really integrate the shoulder blades into the back by pulling the elbows in and the shoulder blades down. Now extend the arms and up you go. Whoa. Easy peasy. When everything integrates, it works. And come out, tuck the chin, and lower to the back of the head and shoulders. And relax. A rest. Open the knees apart, and the soles of the feet press together. Lift the hips enough to position them where you're most comfortable. And then relax, buttocks down. And calming breaths. Nourishing every molecule on the inhale. And relaxing every muscle on the exhale. All right. We should do a twist. So extend the right leg and widen the arms like a cactus or a T, and press the left foot down so you're swinging the hips under and rolling onto the outer right hip. The left knee is going to cross over to the right side, and the right hand can hold that left knee. To the left,